Hi, my name is Lyn Hanush, and it's a joy for me to share with you about the GAP Walk, which stands for Going and Praying. I walked the whole East Coast from March 6 to October 18, 2008, a total of 1,832.7 miles. And as I walked, I prayed. I prayed for our country. I prayed for our leaders. I prayed for individuals that I met along the way, for my family back home and friends. And each day I had one specific prayer request that I prayed. Lord, make me a blessing to someone today. Okay. It's my hope and prayer that each of you will say this prayer each day yourselves, and that you will pray that the Lord will make you a blessing to someone today. Now I'm going to have Dave sing. He's my husband, Dave Hanush, and he'll be singing Make Me a Blessing.
Make me a blessing, make me a blessing out of my life. May Jesus shine. Make me a blessing, O Savior, I pray. Make me a blessing to someone today.
We began our walk in Ormond Beach, Florida, which was just north of Daytona Beach. And Daytona Beach was having their annual bike days for a week. So we were right in the middle of that. We met several of the motorcyclists right at the beginning, and we talked them into joining us for a picture. And here you see the four of us gals that were starting out to walk with them. Connie is next to me, and Daryl. The two of them were only with us for about 3 days. Lily was with me for just under a month. After Lily left, I was without a driver for about 2 weeks. And one day I met a lady who told me to call WKCL, a radio station in the Charleston, South Carolina area. I thought at first, what could a radio station do for me? And I wasn't going to call. But it just kept coming back to me. And finally I called, and I talked to Joanne, and she took down a lot of information. She was very interested. She suggested I call Kim in the front office. So I did that. The next morning I got a call from David, and David said, I understand you're prayer walking and you're without a driver. He said, I can't help you with a driver, but would you do a prayer walk for me? And he had me go into the Charleston area and pray at Park Circle for a meeting that they were going to be having in a few weeks. And he said it needs a lot of prayer. Later I met Carl, who is the owner of WKCL. Now, WKCL stands for We Know Christ Lives. And it was a real blessing to meet him. He lined up 3 drivers for me for 3 different days. One of them was a staff employee, and he told Judy, you need to take the day off and go drive for Lynn because she needs to be prayer walking. Another day he had a pastor's sister driving for me. And then the 3rd day, he had a nurse lined up to drive for me, but she got called in to work at the last minute. So he told Judy, take another day off. You need to be out there with her. And she did. And what a joy that was. I really appreciated WKCL radio station. Becky said she would be happy to drive for me for a few days. And so her first day of driving was Memorial Day. She was driving while I was walking, and a Jeep broadsided her, pushed the car into a light pole on the other side, so both sides were really banged in quite badly. And for me, when I heard about it and when I saw the car, I remembered the verse that had been given to me earlier in the walk by a good friend, and it comes from Deuteronomy 31:8. The Lord himself will go before you. He will be with you. He will not leave you or forget you. Don't be afraid and don't worry. And that verse came back to me so many times, not just in the case of this accident, but many times throughout the walk, and was a real blessing to me. Within a week, we had a new car. This one is Lady Mag. We named her for the color that we were told she was. She was magnesium color. And this was definitely God's provision for us. Another day, I met Diana on Kick Hill Road in Massachusetts, and she was walking the other direction. I stopped to talk to her and found out that she walks 8 miles every day. And she made a commitment after hearing what I was doing, that she would pray for our country as she walks from then on. And I've heard from her recently, and she is still continuing to do that. We ended at the Lincoln Memorial, and here we are at the Lincoln Memorial, and we had one final prayer together before parting ways. In 2003 and 2004, I also walked with 2 other women across America from Washington State to Florida. It took us 14 and a half months, and we walked 4,026 and a half miles on that journey. To find out more about either that walk or the Gap Walk, we encourage you to go to www.greatamericanjourney.com. That's our website, and you can see a lot of different things on that. If you would like to order the book, you can also go to that website and you can order the book online.